Hello everyone, back to tuning into today's bird video. Going to have a look at weather for 10 to 14 days for today's bird video. Day 10 will take us to the 17th of December, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles maybe on around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. Gets us into the beginning of January now, I think. So I should get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video saying was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, and also released the EC42 day for the UK and Ireland as well. No weekend forecast this week. I want to get this video done and then spend the rest of the afternoon and evening having a bit of a rest, if that's all right with everyone. I'm being quite a bit better today. Thanks so much for all of your lovely messages of concern, support and whatnot, and advice and tips for what I did to clear up the cough and that. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better today. I think yesterday was the peak of it, so hopefully I'm on the upwards trajectory now, but still not feeling 100% to say the least. So once I get this video out of the way, then I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon and evening having a rest. But Saturday evening, I've not had a winter update to do since the end of August. So I'm going to enjoy this evening, you know, having a nice Saturday evening to myself. Anyway, I'll crack on with the video. Thanks so much, everyone. And we're going to start off... We're going to start off with centering temperature. The CET is currently sitting at 7.7. That is 3.1 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. And it's provisional to yesterday to the 6th of December. Very mild first week to the month, to say the least. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at London today, the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London, and we're starting off below average with the upper air temperatures from today onwards through the next week. Not cold, but certainly on the cool side, if anything, over the next week, and below average, you know, in terms of the long-term 30-year average into the second half of December and the third week of the month. We see that the upper air temperatures then return back to average, or possibly even a little bit above. So it looks like third week of December, which we have been expecting to be a colder week, might actually be getting milder. So a mild run up to Christmas maybe. Precipitation wise, going to be more wet weather to come from Storm Darragh over the next day or so. And then things will dry out through much of next week, perhaps going more unsettled again though through that third week of December. So sorry everyone. Temperature anomaly from the 7th to 15th of December. A bit below average in the north, a little bit above average further south. Not a big deviation either way. And precipitation anomalies from the 7th to 15th of December. Well, most western areas drier than north, but nearer average further eastwards. Latest wind from map from earthnorthschool.net shows we've got Storm Darragh sitting off the East Anglian coast today, and we're bringing in this strong northwesterly to northerly wind on the western side of that low, and that wind is bringing still disruptive weather. Check out 6 AM forecast, check out the UK weather forecast for more about Storm Darragh and the conditions that can be expected today. Right, let's start going through chart data then. Let's have a latest UK Met Euro run. So looking He's looking for midnight on Tuesday. High pressure building strongly from the north down into the country into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. High pressure is in the ascendancy, but by next weekend, the high pressure starting to break and lower pressure begin to come in from off the Atlantic, starting to turn mild, wet and windy perhaps by next weekend. Icon again with high pressure in control throughout much of next week. However, by the end of next week, high pressure is breaking down and lower pressure is taking over. But also a little bit colder, I have to say, from Icon compared to the UK Met. Reason being is that the jet stream going down here, so we're actually on the cold side of the jet with this trough of low pressure. So cold but unsettled by next weekend with Icon, as opposed to the UK Met, which is mild and unsettled next weekend. The KMA, once more with that high pressure sinking down through the country, dominating the weather next week. But as we go beyond that into next weekend, the high pressure is breaking down, turning more unsettled, although colder again with the KMA. So to the middle part of December, the KMA looks cold and unsettled and wet. Then turns very stormy there around the 16th of December. That's a proper old severe gale. A little bit of a cold snap coming through there around the 17th to the 18th, and then the next low rolls through. Looks very active, I have to say, through that third week of December, with lots of low pressure, plenty of wind and rain to come there, if the KMA is correct. So, sorry everyone, this is how the GFS midnight run is looking. Again, the high pressure is building down across the country through next week, bringing a lot of dry weather, but there could be some frost and fog mixed in. By the end of next week and into the weekend of the 14th and 15th of December, just a bit of a suggestion that the ridge is weakening, possibly turning somewhat more showery. And then up to day 10 and beyond it, more unsettled with lower pressure punching through, bringing wet and windy weather through that third week of December. That gets the 23rd of December. Christmas Eve looking mild, but also unsettled. And then the GFS 6 again has that high pressure building down across the country through next week with a lot of dry weather, but the high pressure gradually weakens into next weekend, and then around day 10 and beyond it, low pressure starts coming in from off the Atlantic. So an unsettled look there for the third week of December, but at least it would be mild. If you're enjoying the video, please you like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe too. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. We need to put on around 30 subscribers, a little bit less than that I think, to get ourselves to 19.2k. So if you could give us a sub and tell your friends and family to subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Okay, GM, once more of that high pressure is building down across the country through the middle part of next week. A lot of high pressure anticyclonic weather. High pressure gradually weakens into the middle weekend of December. And we end up not all that far away from bringing in a northerly shot. Out of all the model output, the GM might be the most interesting at day 10. There's certainly a big northerly blast sinking southwards into northern Europe there. We, as ever, are on the periphery of that due to the proximity of the high pressure close to us, keeping the cold air at bay. But a subtle adjustment would open the door potentially to those northerly winds. Sorry again everyone. Remember ECM once more bring that high pressure down from the north across the country through next week. A lot of dry weather with that. Could be a bit of frost and fog later on into the middle weekend of December, turning wet and windy, low pressure driving in from off the Atlantic. That's the setup at day 10. 17th of December, looking unsettled, mild, wet and windy. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tibet.com. Plenty of rain still to come today and indeed for the east into tomorrow as well. So we don't really finish with Storm Darragh until Monday, to be honest. And even then, there's some showery bursts down in the far south and southeast. However, by Monday, most places will be dry and the winds will be a lot lighter as well. A bit showery through the middle part of next week, not much happening, and then towards next weekend, low pressure coming in from the Atlantic, bringing some wet weather at times. Let's have a look at day 10. A lot of heavy rain through the central swathe of the country. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today. For day 10 gets us to the 17th of December. 26 members of the ECM ensembles, including the control and the operation run, looking unsettled but mild. Low pressure in control and bringing in the wind from the west. And then we've got 25 again, low pressure to the north, so maybe not quite as unsettled with both 25, but nevertheless still Atlantic driven. So all options are pointing towards low pressure and generally mild but unsettled weather at day 10. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 22nd of December, 19 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to our west and southwest, and we bring the wind in from a westerly direction. That should be relatively dry-ish, but probably mild. We've got 19 with low pressure over into the east of the country, a ridges in the Atlantic, so going to be unsettled and could be a little bit on the cool side as well. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. There we go. Phone answer. Gas waiting demand, isn't it? I just arranged a Christmas lunch next week with friends. Anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. So, these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles per day 14. Gets us to the 22nd of December. 19 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure just to the west, and we're bringing in a wind from a mild westerly direction with that. 19 with low pressure over and to the east. High pressure's out in the Atlantic, and we're bringing the wind in from a cooler northwesterly direction. That's going to be unsettled, potentially quite cold. And then interestingly, 13 have got a Scandinavian high. And obviously that's potentially the coldest option and will bring the wind in from the east. But of course there's only 13 going for that, so it is a minority option. But, you know, a range of options really at day 14. So at day 10 it looks like we're channeling generally a mild and unsettled scene. At day 14, several options on the table. Oh, sorry everyone, let's get this wrapped up. CFS V2 finally meets a 500 millibar high tolerance breaking down to week periods. The first week period takes us from today the 7th through to 13th of December. Next week with high pressure to the north and to the northwest, low pressure to the south, winds coming in from an easterly direction. Week 2 will be the 14th to the 20th of December, much more unsettled, low pressure back in from off the Atlantic, looking wet but probably quite mild. Week 3 will be the 21st to 27th of December with low pressure in the Atlantic, winds coming in from the west, so still quite mild and unsettled. And then finally, week 4, it's 28th of December to the 3rd of January, with low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, and with flat and westerly. With that, so into the new year and looking mild with the CFS. We'll see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you're on board doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let's know about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get to subscribe to. Show everyone for doing that. So tomorrow we're going to have a 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. No long range. So that's a first for quite a few months anyway. So it's 6 a.m. forecast. Then we'll have like a 10 to 14 day video at some point through the afternoon. And then we'll probably have a live stream at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. And I would imagine that maybe going to include Ensemble's watch as well as a look at the 12Z model output. And we'll discuss the winter forecast as well. And maybe we'll have a Christmas update after that. So that's the plan for tomorrow. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm just going to have a rest, I have to say. It's the first Saturday afternoon / evening / night that I've had off since ages, you know, back before winter updates started at the beginning of September. So I'm looking forward to having a Saturday evening just to chill, listen to some music, and, you know, just generally have a rest. So that's my plan for this Saturday. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you soon with more. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.